All right. Hey, everybody. So it's our last call. Sorry, I'm a mess. I just was running. Um, so yeah, we made it to the end of the road here. I hope that you guys have found value with the training and the calls and all the things that we've tried to give to you guys. But today, like we do every call, we're gonna go through the lessons and then open the floor to you guys. And I'll absolutely post a recording, and there's some other stuff that I'll probably share with you, like bonus homework type stuff in case you want to take a little deeper dive on certain things. So the first lesson this week was about attracting your ideal customer, and that's like really important because I think as new coaches, a lot of people, okay, because I did it too at the beginning, think that our responsibility is just to share about products and information on products, and that's not how you attract your ideal customer. You have to know, first of all, who you are, what makes you tick, what are the things that you like to do, what makes you tick, like all your different characteristics, your hobbies, all of those things. And then as you share those qualities on social media and you talk about your stories, and when you do talk about the business, you absolutely have to say what kind of person you're looking for, because if you're a highly motivated self starter, you don't want a bunch of people that you have to drag along. And that's gonna depend a lot on what your wording is and how you put yourself out there on social media. So you have to get clear on what makes you unique, what is it that you bring to the table, and sharing those messages boldly and just knowing who you are. And I can tell you that this year that I've dropped a lot of baggage that I was holding on to for a few years, and I just have just let it go. About I don't really care what people think, if they like me talking about faith or not. I really don't care. This is my mission. I've intertwined my faith with my business, and this is how I'm going to move forward from now on. And the ones that like it will like it. The ones who don't, they can go on their merry way, and that's okay, because we cannot speak to everybody, because that's like throwing spaghetti against the wall. That's why you got to get super dialed in, super clear on what makes you unique, and from there you will start to have conversations with like-minded people, and that's really important. And that just flows nicely into your story, which I'm going to share with you my presentation from Summit last year, 2019. I did it in Spanish, but luckily Beachbody created the slides in both English and Spanish, because we developed it in English and then translated it to Spanish. So I have the presentation in English on how to share the business opportunity, but basically it's a storytelling presentation. So how you craft a story and the different points that you have to hit. Everybody has stories. When we actually on Saturday we had leadership, and I remember we were talking about this. When you're a new coach, you really aren't aware of the different things that have happened in your life. We just chalk it up to like, oh, they have such exciting lives. I don't do anything, I'm boring. I hear that all the time. But that's not true, because I can watch a television show, I can read a post, I can listen to an inspirational message, and somehow I can pull something out of there that has happened to me, or some story that I can relate to. And from you, it's like becoming aware. You have to become super aware of the little intricacies of life and how it pertains to you, and then how you can take that and create a story from it. Beachbody is not just about talking about the 70 ingredients in Shakeology. I talk about that all the time. Nobody cares. They care about why you decided to drink it X number of years ago. What were you feeling back then? You brought in this amazing shake. It's done X, Y, and Z for you. Look where I am now. That's how you craft a story. It was the before, where, talk a lot about the before, what you were feeling, the problems that you were having. The solution came in. It could be the business. The story's the same. The way you created is the same. Something came into your life. The products, the Shakeology, Energize, the business, a best friend, faith. Something came into your life, a solution. Here's where I am now. And those are the 3 points to creating a story. And once you can master that and really look at your stories and think, am I really making a point here? I always ask myself that. So what's the point? Sometimes I get stuck at the end. I'm like, so what's the point? And I won't post it until it makes some kind of point, because people are going to stay wondering, well, I don't understand what that was about. So you don't want to do that. So become a storyteller. I'm going to share that presentation with you, but there's also Stories That Stick. That's a book. I forgot her name. Kendra Hall, right, Susie? Kendra Hall. She is a master storyteller. She has an Instagram. She spoke at Summit, so I'm sure you can find that presentation in the Champions page. But she teaches you how to storytell, and how that is what grabs people's attention, because then people will say, wow, I didn't know that you went through that. I went through that too. And that's how, boom, that's the connection. So it's not about knowing every detail about Shakeology, or that MBF has 2 phases and it's 6 weeks in total. Nobody cares about that. They want to know how it makes you feel, how it's changed your life. And you do that through powerful storytelling. And then the third day, consistency. We all know that everything in life, if anybody that's successful is successful not because they're the smartest person in the world, it's because they are super duper consistent. I've gotten to where I am today because I'm super consistent with my fitness. I've been with my business. And when people see that, they'll trust you. So right now that it's the fourth quarter, right now is the most perfect time. It's actually the most crucial time to be super consistent about sharing where you're going, what your vision is, what you're doing with your fitness, how you're eating. Do your step-by-step recipes. Share your tips and tricks for how you cook, I don't know, for you and your family and your kids, so that everybody's happy. All those things you need to share them. Why? Because if you decide to take a break in the fourth quarter, when January comes, you're gonna have a damn hard time restarting. And people are gonna forget that what you were doing before. They're gonna forget. They're gonna find somebody else who's been consistently showing up, and they're gonna turn to them. And this business has a 3-month delay. So what you do in now October, November, and December, chances are the amount of seeds that you plant, the people you talk, all those things, they may not flourish right now, but they will January, February, March. So there's like a 3-month delay. Goes the other way too. You stop, you may not feel it right now because of the work you did 3 months ago, but you're gonna feel it in January, because there's the pipeline will be dried up, and then you'll be starting from scratch. So our advice is, don't do that. Now is the time to hit it harder. I did a call the other day about the fourth quarter, and I kind of did an analogy with running. Now that I've been running this whole year and doing a lot of coach running, I understand the intricacies of running and how it breaks up into 4 quarters. And even when people who run track, like sprints and all that, the milers, the fourth quarter, the third quarter is where people tend to slow down and get unfocused. That just happened to us. Our team momentum started to dip. Fourth quarter is where you're like, oh shit, now I gotta run to the finish line. So the fourth quarter is where you have to go all in. Resist the temptation to go on holiday, because now it's the holidays, right? Everyone wants a party. It's been a hard year. People are tired. They're looking for 2021. But I just want to remind you that on December 31st, 2019, we were all like, I can't wait for the new decade. And look what happened. So we have to lay the foundation. We got to stay the course, and we got to keep working hard. And the people are going to trust you more if you are consistently showing up. Transformations was day 4. And yeah, we're all about transformations, but all kinds of transformations, not just physical. So we have to just trust the process and be patient, because sometimes it does take time to create fitness results and business results. But if you know that this is where you belong, you have to keep going. But we have to be very, very aware of all the small celebrations. We talked about recognition in week 1. This business is all about recognizing people. So that's part of transformations too, because some people will transform in different ways. We can't just focus on the physical or the scale, but look at the big picture of transformations. And all of that happens in challenge groups and how you mentor your people. So be very, very aware of that, and always shoot to make progress. For me, it's more about that. Is like every day I'm showing up to be better than I was yesterday, than just because it has to be picture perfect. There is no perfect. We need to move away from that. And then today is just call to action. We have to keep stay the course. Like, what's the call to action is, go back and review the lessons that you may have missed. If there's any questions, make sure you reach out to us. Have goals set for the rest of the month. We have plenty of time. We have 2 weeks, and there's no reason why we can't continue to hit Success Club in the next few months. Don't do what I did in my first 6 months, that I left 4 points on the table in December because it got hard and I was like, I threw in the towel. I'll never do that again. I've never done it ever since that moment. Because if your goals are big and you're determined to make this work, then we have to put in the work. So, Susie?
Yes. The only thing I want to add to that is transformations can be all types. And I wrote it in the chat because sometimes we get very like caught up on just the physical transformations because people are visual, and I get it. But if you want to share with your audience value, then it's not just physical transformation, because some people are not wanting to gain weight. There is a huge audience out there that people that want to either gain muscle, tone up, or even gain weight. For those that have like eating disorders, we educate them on how to eat properly. That was one of the things that I did not know how to do before Beachbody. My mom taught me that you had to eat your entire plate, and you don't get up from the table until you don't eat your entire plate.
I know,
and I learned how to eat a balanced meal with Beachbody. So think about physical transformations, but think also emotional ones. If you are now, because your blood sugar is more stable based on how you're eating, and you're emotionally less irritated, or you have more energy because of Shakeology, or the Energize is really, pumping up your performance in your workouts, that's a transformation that you could say, thanks to this product and this tool, I am now performing better. You could talk about mentally. Where are you at? Did Beachbody teach you about personal development? I know it taught me. I knew nothing about personal development before at all. So mentally, I'm stronger because of Beachbody, because that's a vital behavior. What about freedom? Freedom with your guilt of, I can't eat. I have to deprive myself. I have to starve myself. Is that a transformation where you see yourself now that, you are free from that, like food, imprisonment, for lack of a better word? Are you free with now you've structured your day better because Beachbody has taught us how to have a strong, morning routine, get your body moving. We talk about gratitude. We talk about being inspired in the beginning of your day. Armor yourself with the tools to carry through your day. Isn't there freedom in that? Are you learning freedom financially because you do have more freedom now because you're getting that extra weekly paycheck? So there's freedom in a lot of things. Personal freedom, mentally, are you growing as a person, as a leader? Are you learning skills? There's freedom in that. Maybe you thought you never could do something and now you could do it because of this. So there are so many ways that you can talk about transformations. It's just coloring it differently. But, there's so many angles. There's so many topics that you can really just like dive into. So don't get just caught up with, okay, well, this week I didn't see a transformation physically. Okay, but what did you see a transformation in? There are other things. We just have to be creative and look for them. So that's the only thing I'm going to add to that, because I think that we limit ourselves. And it goes back to what Becky was saying in the beginning. Well, I don't have anything to post. Yes, we do. The thing is that we're not digging deep into all those other little angles that Beachbody has taught us, So I think that that's one of the things that really helps with what kind of content are you going to put out there? Is that value to your audience? It is. It is. Whatever's working for you is value to your audience. So if your morning routine is helping you get through the morning, then that, is something you should share because it's going to help your audience. Is it, knowing that you're not going to overeat because you're using your containers? Is it the personal development that's going to help you just really be strong in your mind? Is it getting that workout in and moving your body to help you lose the weight? So there's a lot of things. Is it the community? Is the accountability of the community helping you show up every day? Is the title of being a coach helping you show up even more every day? So look for those things and trust me that you'll have a lot of content. And then that's how you find your ideal customer, because you are then giving your audience that value. And the person that needs to hear that and that wants more of that is going to come right in and say, I'm ready. I'm your ideal customer, because those are the things that are helping me because I see how they're helping you. So you just have to remember those things. Other than that, I really don't have much to add because I mean it's basic, guys. It's consistency and taking action, and just, you know, the storytelling is just because people find that they can relate better to a story than just, you know, facts where it sounds a little bit more salesy. Remember, we are kind of selling our lifestyle and our brand, and that's us. What story can you share that could identify to that mom or that woman that's out there struggling? Remember who you were when you started. What was your pain point? That pain point is what got you to say, all right, I'm ready to start. Talk about that in a story. So.
And over the weekend, we, like I said, we had leadership, and there was one presentation. Ashley Smith talked a lot about social media. She said, you know, she was talking about how her coaches will say this: "Oh, I don't know what to post. My life is so boring, whatever." And she said that you should always think your posts. There should be 3 types of posts. I mean, obviously, there's going to be a slew of other ones because you have to know all the different aspects of your life and highlight those things, not just Beachbody, but there should be like a viral post. Like, I like funny memes, so I look for funny memes, and you can reshare those and on your profile. So something, if you're a mom, like I like funny mom things. I also like funny ones about drinking, and you know, like sometimes I push the line a little bit, but that's my humor, sarcastic stuff. I like that shows my personality, that I like funny things. She said to always add value. So like I said, the step-by-step recipes. I did my breakfast yesterday, my 1-pan omelet. I love doing those things because I love to cook. I've been doing reels on how to use the air fryer. People love that stuff. People want to know what they're getting from you, is what she said. So we have to continuously add value. So if you can do posts about, which I'm gonna do one today, like five tips to get the most out of your workout, which is what I'm thinking I'm gonna do today. And then I took a picture now that I ran, and then I'm just gonna do 5 of my best tips to get the most out of your workout, or maybe 5 tips to starting your morning strong. I've done posts like that. People loved it. Like my whole morning routine, even though I shared on Instagram on stories, I did it as a post. People love that. You could do 5. I've done also, which I have to repost. That reminds me, I haven't done it in a while. How to not overeat at dinner. So I have all these different ways of how I do nighttime, because obviously I don't know, probably every culture is the same, but the Cubans are like, eat. That's all you're gonna eat. Is that all you're gonna eat? Is that all you're gonna eat? And then it kind of screws up that cue between your stomach and your mind. You don't know when to stop. So I created like a technique at night with a bunch of steps, so that I don't go back to the pots and the extra food. I wait. I let my body, kind of like pause and not go for more like I used to do when I was younger. So if you could create things like that, tips, 3 to 5 things. She said even go to Pinterest if you're looking for more, like how to create a fall decoration. I mean, I'm not into that, but like I'm just saying, like something that you like. Okay, I've even thought today, like I should do like how to work out with a toddler, because I did it with 2. I did it with 2. I figured it out, so I could create that too. So add value, because then people are gonna come to you because you're succeeding in certain things and they're looking for help. And what was the last? Oh, vulnerable. Again, those are stories. Personal stories, but always end it with some success. Like, how did you take that issue, turn it around, and now you're succeeding? Or how did you change it? So on a vulnerable post. I thought that presentation was great.
It was very good. And I'll add to this too. She said to make like a color wheel, just a circle, and to write down things that you like, that you do, that you have like hobbies or anything like that. And then she said, look at those topics that you want to share or that make up who you are. And she said, take some time, maybe like on a Sunday, and create 15 value posts, which means to have like in your little bank, like a piggy bank of 15 quotes that you want to share. And then she said 15 value ones, which are the tips that she's talking about. 10 viral, which are the easy quotes. and then 5 vulnerable stories. And I
I'm
like
gonna find that color wheel, by the way, because she's posted that before. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna share it in the group so you guys can use it.
It's good because when she said that, I was like, that's super, helpful. And then when she did talk about transformations, and she did say to just try to be, go deep into the layers, not surface level. Like, here you go, this girl lost 30 pounds. Get into what she overcame or what you overcame. And then she also shared, which I really liked, she talked about how to she said to like kind of change up the stories about using reels, if you're okay with that and you want to take the time to do it. She talked about the hyperlapse, which is like that really, really fast video. And then she said, when you do like your 4 little stories that you're talking into your camera, she said to think like if it's a commercial break, like in those 4 little slides, what can you share with your audience that is going to go right to the point for people that don't have a lot of time to listen to a lot of stories?
Okay, I have something to say about that.
Yeah, she was like, condense it, be prepared, because when people are at work, she goes, and try to even add a little bit of the bottom part of like what you're talking about, because if people are working, they can't have their volume, but they're just looking, they're going to read what you're writing. So on that note, Becky, I'll let you take over 2 minutes. I have somebody knocking at my door.
Yeah. It's really important because I do talk a lot on my stories, and you can't ramble. Because because I've seen it. If you start rambling, people are gonna be like, forget it, you lost them. You have to be ready with what you're gonna say. And sometimes I record it a few times because I'm like, oh shit, I messed out with them. But I think about how am I gonna get this lengthy message into 1 minute? And that takes, you have to be ready to shoot to the hip, like be on point. If it starts to be rambly, people are, people's attention spans these days are super short. They want to know now, like straight to the point. Tell me what is it that you're trying to say, and don't waste my time. So, but it's important to talk. It's important to just get out there and to share your tips and your tricks with people. So I did want to say that because I have seen that happening. Do you guys have questions, Lara? I know you have to go. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I have a lot that I'd love to talk with you about, but I just got texted if I'm not joining my other Zoom meeting.
Okay. So let me know. We can schedule one-on-one if you want.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll
problem.
send you a message.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God, look at the baby. Hi.
You want to say hi? Say hi.
Oh my gosh.
Can I say hi? Oh, come here.
Oh my God, his hair is so blonde. Or her. Sorry.
It's okay. She doesn't have a lot of hair.
Oh my gosh, she's grown so much.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
You were finishing off about what she talked about, the value, right? The commercial break?
No, I just wanted to say about the rambling because I have, and I know that new coaches are like, it's hard. Like you're scared to talk on the stories, but it can't be like super all over the place. Like you gotta be ready to just lay it all out there in a minute.
Right.
Because the more you ramble, people are just like, oh, forget it.
They get bored and they start tapping. Yeah.
They get bored.
Yeah.
And it happens to me because sometimes, I listen to my things and I have something to say and I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to get this? Sometimes I do on purpose. I have a lot, so I go further, but it's hard to get it. You have to be ready.
Yeah, you have to be ready. Okay, I know Lara had a meeting, so she probably had to log off, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Alyssa, do you have any questions that we can help you address now?
Yeah, I had a question that's kind of on the same line of rambling, but more with like emails when we're sending people, when we tell people we'll follow up with them or send them info on something they were interested in. I feel like sometimes I want to say a lot or include a lot of information. And in my head, I'm thinking I should probably condense this and make it simple for them. But I do struggle with that. I think probably because one, I want to make sure I include what they're interested in. And two, I do, since I feel so passionate about it, I want to like let them know about all the good things. So I'm wondering what your advice would be on that as far as like emails go when people say, yes, they'd like more information.
So I will share that I am big on third-party tools.
Yeah.
Because when you ramble too much, I think we lose people. It's got to be simple, to the point, and that way they feel like, okay, this is something that I can do. Because remember, most people that are going to come to you are people that want to lose weight and they're scared. So if it looks hard or it's complicated, they're probably not going to do it. So I've learned that the minute that they say, yes, I'm interested, I will say, okay, great, I'm going to send you a short video. And then, you know, like get back to me when you're done. Or sometimes I'll say, tell me what you loved about the video, or what questions do you have that I can address. But I will absolutely use a third-party tool, because if not, then I think that we could all fall into the rambling because we know so much. So and I would do that.
Didn't I share my scripts? I thought I shared my script.
I think you did.
Because my script, I mean, not that you have to use it word for word, but it gives you the pattern of, you know, you ask questions, you ask more questions. It's a back and forth, and then it's, okay, they're interested. Okay, let me send you these videos. I probably did it with you.
Yeah, I was actually, I went back and looked at some of your emails because I was like, I'm just going to go back and see what she sent me and try to keep it to like that length and not any more than that.
I'd rather let Beachbody do the talking than us vomit on the people, because they're like, ask a lot of questions, get to know what their pain points are, what their issues are, what their preferences, what they're looking for, get a general idea of what it is that they need. And then, okay, cool, I'm gonna send you these videos and then I'll follow up with you. And then when I do follow up, something I learned from beginning, and I don't know why I've always remembered this, you should always ask it in a positive way. So what did you like best?
Okay.
And I am looking in the group and the scripts are here. They're under the files tab. And she even has, once they say yes, but how much does it cost? And then she does the step-by-step, the recommendation. Yes, I think it's gonna help me. What's the cost? How can I get started? And then she gives you the entire script of what it is that you need to write with the video. She says, see the video below for info. And then she gives you the Vimeo one for all access, the Shakeology, the ultimate portion. Like Becky's scripts, they're there.
Okay, perfect. I will find those.
I used to have, for other videos, you just go to Google and put Team Beachbody, Vimeo, whatever the program you're looking for, or go get them from the coach office, because some of them have your link embedded to it. Just don't get them from YouTube anymore, because YouTube, I've learned, I used to share them from YouTube, and then somebody told me that one of the videos I sent, the next one was like a bad review. Because you know how YouTube continue to throw you stuff? Well, there's bad ones out there, and I was like, oh my God. So that's why Beachbody has moved away from YouTube and using Vimeo instead, or go to the social media under Grow My Business. Yes, there's videos that are made by them. That's what you want.
Okay, and that's mainly where I've been pulling from, but sometimes I notice too that I also write a lot, and so I'm like, I know I need to condense that. I'm already sharing the video. That's really all that needs to be said. So
just look at the script and then see, because it's just, we want to not say too much. I mean, you know, we don't want to overload them, and let's face it, most people nowadays don't want to read. They don't want to do anything. They just want, here, spoon feed me the information.
Okay.
The other thing too that she said in her presentation, which I liked also, Ashley Smith from Leadership, that I learned, she said, make sure people feel like they're getting something from you. You have to give. So if you see that they're like kind of like not responding after you send them stuff, I've talked about this before, send them a free recipe, send them a free sample workout link, send them something where they feel like, okay, this girl's giving me something without me having to buy anything. So I think that value always helps. A playlist, a book recommendation, a little insert from your book. Oh, I thought of you. This could help you based on what we talked about, whatever. Just give value, because she did say that a lot. She's like, people need to feel that they're getting something from you,
Yeah,
and
she
it's
said
not
it.
just
Yeah,
transactional, you know?
that you're not trying to get from them. They want to know what's in it for me.
Yeah.
I think that's even what she said. What's
Yeah,
in it
that
for
she did
me.
say that. She said, "What's in it for me?"
What's in it for me?
Yeah, okay, how's this gonna help me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the more you give to them, that's, you know, that's what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do another reel this week, I think. My egg one that I made in like a split second has 13,000 views.
Wow, that's crazy.
And the tofu has 15,000.
Which one?
The tofu, the air fryer tofu.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm like, yay. My cooking ones are the ones that people look at. None of the fitness ones, they don't forget. I need to do more of the cooking stuff.
I like your cooking ones.
They're great. They are great.
People are like, oh my gosh, can you share more of that? Can you share more of that? Oh my gosh. Okay. Who would have thought I hated cooking when I started dating Larry? I was like, I don't cook. And look at me now.
Yeah. But yours are simple, so people will be like, yes.
Yes, things that are fast.
Yeah.
That's true. Alyssa has 2 points.
Yay.
Yes.
That's
awesome.
I was so excited when I saw that. So that's just kind of like momentum to
Yes.
That's right.
to keep going. And so
make it your first month in Success Club.
Yeah.
What month did you sign back up? I don't remember.
I think it was it July or August?
Because
I think maybe it was August.
Remember when you're a success starter, so you have 3 months. Within the 6 months of earning Success Club, you get invited into a test group. And
Okay.
the next test group is gonna be Shanti's new program.
Okay, I would love that.
Yeah.
So something to work towards.
Any other
Yes,
questions? Sorry.
Oh no. I'm looking through my. I think that was it. Mainly, I just wanted to focus on making sure my emails sounded fine. So I'll go ahead and look at your scripts again and pull from there.
Yeah.
So other than that, you're feeling comfortable with the trainings, everything that we provided for the 30 days, you got value from, it helped you?
Yes, I feel like I'm similar to you, Susie, where I like want to take in all the information, and like taking action is what's the harder part for me.
Right.
So I'm just trying to just kind of push that aside and just, it's mainly like the posting on social media. I think I just need to not make it so difficult in my mind, just since I'm working full time from home with pretty much both my kids home with me that whole time. And also, you know, I want to make sure I want to work out, and I need to have dinner ready that night. And so it's a lot. So I'm just trying to time things correctly and make sure I'm, you know, setting 10 minutes aside here to do this, and making my posts have value and not just always beach body. So I think I'm just trying to figure out a good happy medium out for all of that juggling.
Yeah.
On the weekends, do you have a little bit of downtime to structure what your posts are going to look like and your content?
Yeah, so I took some time this weekend to just kind of think through the week of things I wanted to post about, or things that would be valuable to post about. So I have some things kind of set aside to help, that I'm hoping, I think will help this week go a little bit smoother. And so I'm not like, oh, it's been all day and I haven't posted anything. What do I post now? And that has value. It's not just me like word vomiting on on people or anything like that. So
yeah, having a plan will definitely, even with nutrition, with everything, having a plan, you will succeed.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to feel rushed or pressured just to throw something out there.
Yep.
Yeah. When you're pressed for time and you're full time, you definitely need to have a plan with you know, content ideas, because if not, then you're stuck and you're like, okay, what am I giving my audience, you know, now? So I think having that plan, not overthinking, and if you post just once a day, as long as you're also doing the unsexy work in the back, which is the connections and adding followers, things like that, I think that you'll be fine. Because if you get too caught up on the post, but you're not making those connections, I think that there's an off balance, because I used to do that too. I would concentrate so much time on the post, but I wasn't doing the connections behind the scenes, and that's critical, because that's the income producing activity, the connection, the inviting, the following up. Those are the real income producing activities.
Yeah, that's a good point, because actually the other day I wanted to say that in one of my threads, because I feel like I hear and it's all the coaches from this year, and I get it because I was there too, and I also was like posting all day long, right? Oh my God, what am I gonna post? So that felt like that was the only thing that I was supposed to do. And I wanted to say that the other day, like, we need to stop worrying so much about the constant posts and worry more about what you're doing in the background.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the connections, the finding, the following, the commenting, the inviting, that is what is going to bring people in. Yes, we got to show up and we have to share, but if we're not doing the other thing, it's like, it's the equivalent of like, you're just waiting for people to stand at the door like, hey,
Right.
I want to buy from you. I noticed that right away, my first month as a coach, that it was not going to work that way. And I thought it was going to work that way.
Yeah.
It
I
doesn't
agree.
work that way.
I agree. I think that that's definitely something that, Becky, you should talk about, because I think people do think that, and I see it in my coaches, my new coaches, they get so caught up on posting that they're not doing the things that are really going to be the income producing activities. So right now I have an approach like post once a day and then do the legwork, do the back work, because I think that that's when you are letting people know, hey, I see you commenting on my stuff, and you go and love on their stuff. You're letting them know you matter to me. It's not just about what you're throwing out. So I think that that's a big, like I've had to like really think about that and be like, okay, what is going on here? We're so worried about the posting. We're busy. We're saying, oh my God, I don't have any more time to do anything, but we're not doing any of the income producing activities.
Yeah.
So
like if you take what Susie's, the themes, that idea that Susie gave weeks ago about having a theme for every day, you could literally write out all those posts on a Sunday, 5 posts, 6 posts, one for every day of the week, and then take the rest of the time to be doing all the other things, using the tracker, the planner, and doing stories. Maybe you also think about different story sequences that you can do, one for a challenge group, one to celebrate somebody, another one, a recipe in the background, and then not complicate it so much, but so that you're out there, because you're going to be sharing your workout. That's just natural. That happens on the fly. That happens on the fly. You don't got to plan that out. Share a little bit of the, what you're doing with your kids. That's something you don't have to plan. But the post, you could probably, if you have a theme, you can knock that out in a week and in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that, Becky. Having themes for stories too, like having maybe a set for when we're pressed for time. I love that you have a recipe, a recognition, coaching, and challenge group, because that way we could also fill it in during the day. If we're having an off day or a day where we're just so busy, we're still showing up by inviting others, So I like having that as in your tool belt,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot, because it's true. It's happened to me. I see it lately. I'm just like, oh my gosh, if I'm only concentrating on my posts and I'm not doing the back work, then I'm not really moving the needle forward. And the goal is to move it forward every day. So that's why that business activity tracker has to be, before I put my head on that bed, it has to get done. It has to get done. Like, if I could give you any value, I'm going to say that it's going to be that.
Yeah.
That is critical, 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 along with posting and showing up in your stories.
Yep.
So does that help you, Alyssa?
That's all I had. Sorry.
Awesome.
No, it's okay. I know you have your hands full.
I know. So we can wrap it up. If Becky, if you don't have anything else, we can wrap it up. That way you can take this extra time to, attend your things, take action, think about what we shared, and then I'm sure Becky will post a recording in case if you have to come back. But I think, and I posted in the chat if you want to take pictures of the notes, but at the end of the day, I think it's just really taking action. You are now empowered. You have the tools and the training that you need. Don't be like me and continue to seek more information if you don't need it. Really, I mean, Becky and I set up this training because it's really the essentials that you need to move forward. Now just take action, and that way it's an easy, duplicatable system for your upcoming coaches.
Yeah. All right, let's take a picture and then. Oh, no, wait, hold on. Off. Wait, take that off. Ready? All right, I'll tag you guys.
Okay.
All right, well, let's
Thanks
do
for
this.
everything. Alyssa, was
All
a
right.
pleasure having you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all this. It's been great, and I will definitely refer back to it. So
Yeah, we'll leave the group open so you can go back and do everything. Okay?
okay.
All right, ladies.
Thank you
Have a
guys.
good day.
Bye.
Bye.